All right, guys, welcome back. We are headed to the United Kingdom, headed to the airport here in just a few minutes. So getting everything kind of tucked away, tightened up for the next 2 weeks. We're gonna be in England for literally 2 weeks. And you may have seen in the last episode or on Instagram and Facebook, social media, we are putting on a Ludwig's Garage pop-up meet at Eva Resto today. Not today as I'm filming this, but today as you're seeing this. And then the following week, August 3rd, we're going to be at Roll Hard at Bicester Heritage, another show that we try to frequent as often as we can. But I've got something big to share with you as soon as we land in England. Max from Eva Resto and I are working on something that we're super excited about, and you're going to find out what that is in this episode. So let's get locked up to the bus station and down to Boston Logan and over the Atlantic. All right, guys, we made it to England. We flew overnight to Dublin with a couple hour layover in Dublin, and then about an hour flight to Manchester. And how tired are we?
Too tired.
We haven't slept at all. Let's put it that way. We haven't slept in what, 30 hours now? I think it's going on 30 hours we haven't slept. We're in rough shape right now. So if I have mega bags under my eyes or I'm not making any sense, it's been a long 2 days. We're 2 days in right now, but we're here. Max came and picked us up from the Manchester airport. So we're like Midland, we're Burntwood area right now. And welcome to the Eva Resto shop. This has been a long time coming for me. Max and I have worked together. We used Eva Resto components under the 64 Beetle we did last year. And we have Eva Resto components under the 1000 SP that we're currently building. And we were in talks of like doing some stuff with the 700 as well. So we're with Max and more importantly, the shop foreman, George. So this is the new space. How long have you been in this space?
Just a year now. This was kind of twice the size that we wanted. It's further from home, but it was kind of the only thing we really could find that fit the deal. But yeah, it's lovely. It's worked out. It's nice.
Yeah,
it's a nice open, clean space now.
I mean, if you guys are Volkswagen Aircooled nerds, you're already nerding out with, 90s billet builds. We've got a Type 34 Razor on the lift. We've got Max's personal Gia. We've got his personal Oval, which you'll see a lot more in the coming episodes. Kayla and I are actually going to be driving that a bunch while we're here. Kind of like a loaner car of sorts.
Almost, yeah. It's like I'm sort of operating like a sort of Toro thing here.
Yeah. He's actually loaning us, of all things, a red Mark III Golf.
GTI.
This one's a GTI. 3 years ago, when Kayla and I came over, I had just bought a red Mark III four-door Golf here in England that we drove around the country for a couple weeks, and then I ended up selling it to my friend Chris before we flew home. Well, it turns out Max has a donor car or a rental car that we can use for our time here this trip for 2 weeks, and it just so happens to be a red Mark III Golf.
I even pre-lowered it and put some cool wheels on it for you.
Yeah.
I had it all lined up, but I thought I'll do it all before you borrow it, so it's, it's done.
Amazing. So you guys will see that probably by the end of this episode. Yeah. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to kind of have Max take us around the shop. We'll talk about some of the projects he has going on. Jesse, who works here too, is I shouldn't say mid-build. He's like end of building this square body in here that's really, really cool. Body, it's going to lay body, essentially.
Oh yeah, it's a super low, big build car. So
Yeah.
The later Type 3, we have to do loads of extra work on to get super low, but he's about 90% of the way through that now, so it's going to be done within the day, I reckon. Yeah.
You might see that thing done and aired out in the end of this episode, but we'll talk about that too. We are here to mostly talk about the project, the car. We've been talking about this a bunch. The thumbnail and the title of this video probably gives a little bit of away. But I'm here a few days ahead of the Ludwig's Garage Eva Resto meet we're doing here at the shop because we're going to be building a car, one of his cars. And if you know Eva Resto, you've been following what they're doing, you probably know exactly what car we're going to be building. But we're going to show you that shortly. First, we're going to do a bit of a shop walk around and talk about some of the cars and like kind of how Eva Resto even became a business because they specialize in slamming air-cooled Volkswagens.
Yeah, so that's our sort of thing. I mean, I started doing restorations, I'll be honest, on my own about 10 years ago. So I left the job I was in and then sort of started off a little garage and I was just building people's cars start to finish. So it was like having a car of somebody doing a full resto, getting it painted, building the engine, building the chassis and finishing it like that. And then it sort of became more like service and repair. And then a few years into the business, it was like, I've got to do something different here. It was either start building engines or start building something like suspension, something that ultimately is going to make a better business.
Yep.
So yeah, I started building suspension, and here we are, 6-7 years later, I guess. We build a lot of air-cooled suspension stuff. We do most of it, so a good like 80% of it goes out the door and goes to customers, and they fit it themselves, or they get their mechanics and stuff to fit it. But a lot of it as well, we do fit up ourselves, like the square that we've got here. That one's nearly finished. That's like 90% there. This Type 34 here, that's another full install car. The yellow custom Beetle over there, that's again an install car, but that's had a load of other work as well, so it's hanging around here for a little bit longer. But yeah, it's kind of become like our kind of bread and butter a little bit, is like the air install stuff.
Yeah.
So we really like doing it. Like we like taking a car in that's otherwise needs suspension work. It drives like crap. It's, you know.
I know other people have made certain iterations, but you make a full bolt-in bag kit for a Beetle.
We do for most platforms, yeah. So anything like this 56 over here, the Oval, even to like the later cars, we do a bolt-on for pretty much all Beetle models now. A lot of air-cooled stuff we do kits for as well. I mean, gear obviously is the same as a Beetle and things, so that's all the same. We've done ones for Trekkers, we've done Friddling, we've done obviously Type 34s, Type 3s and stuff. Some of them are close to bolt-on, so you still need to do a little bit of modifications here and there, but the Beetle ones are all bolt-on at the moment.
Incredible, yeah. So for anyone who knows, it's like a rear end, the bag rear end of a Beetle, you normally have to weld a cross member in, you'd have to like weld and stuff, and yeah,
it doesn't lend itself to the air suspension treatment. So you've got a normal car, you take struts off, you take shocks out, you take springs out, you put bags in, you put shocks in. That's quite, I'd say it's not easy, but it's a lot easier than what we have to do with these.
Yeah. What we're looking at here is Max's 56 oval, right-hand drive oval. So if you're an American guy like me, seeing some of these early Beetles that are right-hand drive is just so nuts. It's a semaphore car.
When they want to work.
When they want to work. But that's like Volkswagen MO when it wants to
and
work.
And no one sees them anyway, so, you know, kind of pointless.
Interior is amazing, but just right-hand drive early Beetles are just so cool in my opinion. On air, coolest wheels ever. What wheels are these again?
These are Aircooled, so people call, I mean, some people call them like sight lines and stuff, but these ones being like the 6 rears and the 3.5 fronts, people call them Aircooled. They're full on like race weight wheels, which shouldn't really be on a street car, especially a slam street car.
Yeah.
But they are a really cool wheel and I love the way they look. So.
Man, it's such a sharp looking car.
Yeah. They weren't going to go on this car originally. They were going to be, they were wall art for ages. Like they just sat up there and looked cool.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I was doing this car and I was convinced that I wasn't going to run them. I was going to run something different. But no, they suited so good I couldn't help.
The shop space here is unbelievable too. Like you said, it's a little overkill for what you needed, but
But it's nice to have the extra space.
Yeah.
And be able to breathe a little bit easier.
Yeah.
There's nothing like working on top of yourself. You've got loads of different jobs on. You're stressed out. There's crap everywhere.
Yeah. So the 56 oval is yours, and actually the Gia over here is yours as well.
Yeah, I should really be held back when it comes to buying old air-cooled Volkswagens.
Well, the business you've started kind of enables you to do that.
Yeah. So this one, I knew this car from like 4 or 5 years ago because I sold the guy who built it, or did a load of work on it at least. I sold him one of my first beams I ever made.
Oh,
for
wow.
this car.
What year is this?
This is a 65.
65.
So this is a link pin front end, swing axle rear. The best sort of platform for like static slamming and lowering, because this looks low.
Yeah.
However, it clears absolutely everything.
And it's drivable.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It doesn't even catch on the floor coming in and out of a workshop, which is like the ultimate test of ground clearance. The body sits so much lower than a Beetle.
Right,
If you look at the edge of the floor pan, the body sits below the edge of the pan. So for any sort of height and setup, they just look so much lower.
It's cool that this one too is right-hand drive. I know we're obviously in England, but it's like a lot of these early Volkswagens. It's just so cool to see them right-hand drive because they're just so rare in the States.
It's strange because I've had quite a lot of old VWs over the last few years, and for a period, every single one was like left-hand drive.
Yeah.
It's really strange that I've ended up with 2 right-hand drive ones.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not many because all the UK cars rot,
Yep.
don't last, and weren't looked after.
Yep.
So all the good cars over here are left-hand drive, or like that Squareback, they're the Australian imports from somewhere dry and warm that's still right-hand drive. Still drives on that side of the road. This is like a super dry, nice car. I mean, it's a little bit dusty at the moment, but the patina on this thing is awesome. It has been clear coated.
Yeah.
Which usually I'm a bit dubious of, but on this car it looks awesome.
So this one, you and Jesse are going deep, and although like you said, Jesse's done most of the work on this thing.
Yeah, Jesse starts to finish this car. So this is, I mean, Type 3s, when I spoke about the kind of bolt-on thing, most of the cars we do are bolt-on, but this Type 3 here is a little bit more, because it's a later Type 3, it's got the iOS back end. We have to do modifications on that to get it low enough for it to be worthwhile, to make it low enough to look good and work, actually lay out. But if we had a set of normal skinny wheels and tyres, it wouldn't be a problem. We wouldn't have any issues with the front. We might be able to do less cutting at the back.
Yeah.
But because if you look at these wheels here, he's got enormous wide wheels. They've got skinny tyres on, but they're still very wide with kind of a messed up offset. So we've had to do lots of extra work to make a car lay out on something that big, that wide, with a weird offset.
Yeah. So you've been doing all the tub work in the front.
Yeah, absolutely mission of a job.
Unreal. So yeah, so all these front tubs, Jesse made and bead rolled, and
It's a bit deceptive because you think you do massive tubs to clear all the wheels, but it's mainly to have steering clearance.
right.
Because you put the wheels on like the hubs and that, and literally the back of the wheel sits like there.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, what's the point in that? And then when you steer the wheel left and right, you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you're low.
Because you've got these like massive like gussets on like the late squares, and they come out to like here.
Wow.
So literally, like you have to get rid of it all to like have any sort of steering clearance.
Yeah, they really don't make these cars easy to lower like an early car, do they?
no, it's
The early cars are kind of bolt on as close as possible.
So yeah, so all this has been cut out. All this in here, and you guys have opened up all of that. I mean, you guys have been able to body these things. I mean, it's a hybrid of Type 3 and Type 1.
Yeah,
it's a
that's
Type
it.
3 custom beam that you make, but you use Type 1 arms. Is that the deal?
That's pretty commonplace, and that's been done for quite a long time, the whole Type 1 conversion thing. But what you find with old Type 1 conversion beams from the past is that they sit really length far back, which means the ball joints max out super soon. And also they don't fit very high up in the frame head, so the beam itself still hangs low and is the lowest part of the car.
All right, so we got the square back up in the air, and you can kind of see where they've welded on the lower bag bracket onto the factory control arm, trailing arm, as it were.
An iOS car doesn't have frame horns,
Right.
which makes it really difficult to like triangulate things and make stuff strong.
Yeah.
So on like a swing axle car, you've got frame horns, you've got an engine mount, you've got all that. You can tie it all down to that to make like a bolt-on kit that's strong.
Well, that's a really clean design.
Nice welds by Jesse as well. Machine weld, that is.
Well, Max and Jesse, both of you guys have some
I don't know.
pretty insane looking welds.
I think he's got me on this one. This is what, spray and pray?
Yeah, spray and pray.
It does actually. I can vouch. Everything from these guys that I've received looks like a machine welded them. It's pretty nuts. This is coming from someone who tries to weld himself.
Your welds are great.
Thanks, man. That means a lot. Thanks, man. Hopefully we get a chance to see this thing lay out completely. Normally the Type 3, that piece comes way down a solid 3 inches lower, but they cut that right off with their custom EvaResto Type 3 beam that utilizes the Type 1 arms, which Max even said, has been done before, but they've tried to like utilize that idea and build on that and kind of improve on it. Also, the shop setup in here is just so cool. Max has like his setup over here. A lot of assembly area, got a couple lathes. Type 34 Razors, the Gias, are my favorite. I think they're my favorite air-cooled Volkswagen.
A lot of people say that. I know they did sell them here, but I don't think they were very popular.
Yeah.
Because it was so much more expensive than a regular Type 3.
Right.
Because they're like a coach-built Type 3.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I want a Type 3, but I just want it to be pretty. But
Yeah.
they're technically no better, just prettier.
You guys are going to be bagging this one, right?
Yeah, when we eventually get to it, it's took a little bit longer than we wanted. We
Yeah.
should have been on it by now, which sucks, but we've just been really busy recently. But this is going to be full bolt on this car.
Wow,
Well,
cool.
he's always done the modification at the front. That's the only thing that would stop it being fully bolt on. But this will be, unlike the white squareback, because this is a swing axle the end.
Right,
This will
right.
be a fully bolt-on kit on the back, and the front will be a fully bolt-on setup there, apart from obviously the lower cuts. It's already been done. With the shorter shock towers, it's going to work and
Yeah.
not cause any complications, because this
So
is a
cool.
really, really nice car. I mean, this has all been repaired. This is like fake tin. This is paint. There's
Yep.
no rust in that as paint.
Oh.
It's done, it looks good, doesn't it? There's a guy called the Patina Blender who does it.
Huh.
Yeah, it's really good, isn't
That's
it? It's
crazy.
incredible. All the way down the side, the sills and everything. All of this, I'm told anyway, all of this is new metal. So all of this scabbiness here, none of it's rust.
Oh,
It's all
really?
done properly. Yeah. Looks good.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. What a cool car, man.
Together, yeah.
I've always wanted a 34, just because of my love for quirky air-cooled cars. This is your parts, like,
Some of, yeah. We keep a vast majority of stuff upstairs, but a lot of, so even like fabricated metal parts, we get laser cut and bent. However, beam parts pretty much all live on this shelf here.
Yep.
A few spring plates and
Yeah,
air
spring
vacuum
plates.
parts and stuff. But yeah, so we do that many varieties of beam, early style, late style, shockless, shocked, air ride, 6-inch narrow, 4-inch narrow. We do so many different types, you know, even like weird towers for trekkers, you know, like the Volkswagen thing, stuff like that.
wow.
So all of this is all to build those individual
And you've
parts.
designed all this stuff in CAD.
Yeah, all of it, every last bit. Yeah.
Wow. So you've designed all the pieces, and then they get sent off to get bent and laser cut.
Yeah, and they're all done about 2 miles from here.
Wow,
so the company
that's incredible.
We use is really, really local, so yeah, it's good. All
And then
this
you
kind of
guys
stuff.
do all the finish assembly and welding and
Yeah, so Jesse now is making sort of 95% of all of our metalwork
Wow.
stuff. He does a really good job of it. So
yeah, that's amazing.
I
So these are
think
your
he-
these are your beam mounts, right?
yeah, that's it. So these get welded up, and these are just as they're pressed. So they're a flat piece like a net that gets welded to gets bent together.
Yep.
And then we weld these, smooth them, finish them.
Right.
Same with the
Yep.
shock tower. So there's a lot of processing involved in.
And then these are your cradle risers here. This is to help get the engine and gearbox up off the
Yeah,
ground.
some of those. Again, like I say, a lot of our stuff is upstairs. I mean, all the assembled parts live upstairs.
Now, is this your oval?
Yeah, this is my car, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I've been walking around this all morning, and I forgot that this was the car you've done all this insane metal work to.
This is the oval I've ruined.
So this is to basically go super low with?
The idea was, that is also fixing rust, but I was like, oh, I want to see how big of a tire I can fit.
Oh,
Also
yeah.
going low as well. 'Cause
Oh yeah, I noticed this.
We have oval like floor pans, they're like a bit different to like late style. So if you're doing like a late gearbox in like an early chassis, like an oval one, you have to do the bus nose cone on the front to get it to fit.
Right.
But because this is already an oval one, and doing a 2-inch raise, it's like an absolute nightmare to get the nose cone to get in the tunnel.
Yeah.
So I left the standard one on it. I'm just like gonna run the shifter above the tunnel.
Yeah, I've seen guys do that with like beetle rods, and they'll run the shift stick along the top of the
Yeah,
tunnel.
it's exactly like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is coming out unbelievable. So these are all custom made. He's made these from scratch. The parcel shelf with all the bead rolls in them, the firewall, and yeah, and like I love the encapsulation of the nose cone. That's so cool. Well, dude, this is coming out unreal.
No, thank you.
Yeah, semaphore car. So cool. Obviously, these cars are rear-engined, air-cooled. Up front is spare tire, your fuel tank, and whatever cargo space is left, essentially. But what the guys have made here is they've designed this cradle system that folds forward, if you want to articulate that. It's
Yeah.
pretty incredible.
So this basically, everything we kind of do here, we do it to make our job a little bit easier. and then we end up also selling these parts to customers. On a Beetle, it has like a frame that goes underneath the petrol tank.
Yeah.
And that works as like a raise frame as well, so we do like a half, I think it's like an inch raise.
Yeah.
Because when you lower a Beetle and you do like air rod on a Beetle, the track rods are going to hit the bottom of the fuel tank.
Oh, right,
So we do a fuel tank raise as part of this mounting system.
Oh, yeah.
On a Type 3, we flip the track rod to do a load of other stuff. The fuel tank never gets in the way. So I made, this is actually like a brand new part for us.
Oh,
is
yeah,
this
okay.
piece here that bolts on just through the tank mounts again and gives you somewhere to actually bolt this on.
Yeah, where it swivels from.
Yeah, exactly. So this unit here basically means you can build all the stuff out of the car, drop it in, connect it all up like it is here, you know, run all your well, maybe some airlines, but only one airline really.
Right.
Run the fat cable, the small cable for like the ignition, and then you can basically drop this back through, and it's bolted through here, where it's bolted and then held in place for good.
Wow.
And you can just tuck the wiring and mount underneath it. So it's really helpful to bench build this kind of stuff before you put it in.
And do you have some sort of like locking mechanism?
Yeah,
to like...
there's bolts in the bottom here.
Oh,
so
yeah,
there's
yeah.
two bolts. You just remove the one and loosen the front one to swing this
Yeah, it
forward,
makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Get that last bit out of it. Oh yeah, full.
So I told you guys, and in the title of this video was the fact that we were coming here early before the meet this Sunday because Max and I, and Jesse probably, are going to blitz a build essentially in just 2 days. We've got 3, but we're gonna try to do it in 2 days before the meet and unveil this. Now, I already said this, if you guys follow Max or follow Eva Resto on Instagram, you probably know what we're gonna be doing. We're going to be bagging Max's SP2.
Ruining a very rare Volkswagen.
This here is a Volkswagen SP2, and this was only made for the Brazilian market. And as you can see, it is a bizarre looking car. And indeed, one of my favorite Volkswagens ever built. Because this thing is a rear-engined, air-cooled Volkswagen.
Yeah, absolutely.
How crazy.
It's just a little bit bigger than a Type 3 engine, but not by much.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's got all the underpinnings of a Beetle, but it looks so sporty. So yeah.
It's probably the sportiest looking Volkswagen ever built.
Sporty is looking, but yeah, not
Ever.
driving.
Most every air-cooled Volkswagen guy dreams of owning one of these cars.
It was certainly for me, yeah. I mean, like, it's kind of, if you're into late model Volkswagens, there's nothing really kind of rarer and cooler than an SP2. I mean, you could say stuff like split window Beetles, early vans and all that, yeah, they're more valuable, they're more sought after. But if you're a late Volkswagen guy like I am, like a 70s Volkswagen guy, this is kind of, for me anyway, it was like the absolute ultimate.
Kind of like a holy grail,
Oh, God,
air-cooled Volkswagen.
Yeah, I have, I think, sort of maybe 4 or 5 ultimate, like, dream cars. They're all stuff like Lamborghini Miuras and, you know, like 3-screen 356 Porsche and stuff like that. But one of my proper all-time, like, dream cars is an SP2.
You found this car actually in Florida.
This was in Florida, yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, in the past, I've tried to buy an SP2 from Brazil, from the homeland, obviously. But there's a few complications there. One, they're very difficult to get out of Brazil. They're like a sort of national treasure thing, you know, like they absolutely love them there. So they're worth more in Brazil than anywhere else in the world. So I think at this point now, there's no more of them leaving Brazil. In fact, there might be some going back, for all I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, trying to find one for sale not in Brazil was kind of the aim after I tried and failed to buy one in Brazil.
Since you've gotten it, you've done a full brand new motor rebuild on it.
Yeah, it's had basically everything underneath and a load of the stuff you see on top has basically had to be totally gone through.
This is an opportunity to plug Max's YouTube channel, the Eva Resto YouTube channel. And what's the actual name of the channel?
So it's Eva_Resto, I think, or EvaResto VW, one of the two.
But he has had a lot of really cool, informative, like build thread videos on the channel, and this was one of them. Like the motor rebuild, I mean, I watched all that stuff. What are the small stuff you've done to the car? Behind the scenes, you've been R&D and designing and manufacturing a bolt-in air suspension kit for this car.
So everyone has asked me ever since I got the car, oh, you're going to bag it, aren't you? I'm like, no, I'm not bagging it. I like it as a stock car, you know. But the dream was never to own a bagged SP2, it was just to own an SP2.
Yeah.
Which that is kind of true. But I mean, obviously, come on, we're going to lower it eventually.
You own a business that builds components to lower air-cooled Volkswagens.
You believe me saying that I wasn't going to bag this car, that's on you.
Yeah.
So the rear suspension was all off, the engine was out, the front suspension all came off. All of it just to be rebuilt normally. I took the opportunity to kind of mock up a load of what would be air ride bits in the future.
The next couple of episodes here on the channel, we're actually going to transform this SP2 into what we have seen as the first SP2 on air. Not that it is,
ride,
but
yeah.
we don't know.
Well, there's a couple out there that have had kind of air shocks and semi-air ride and like assistive air ride. As far as full independent air ride goes, I think this might be the first, but I don't know. I'm not doing it to be the first or anything.
Of course
like
not.
that.
You're doing it because you own an SP2 and you've got the means to actually bag one. Ultimately, this kit is a bolting kit and it could go back to stock when you're done with it.
And that's, I mean, we're in kind of a good situation here where we've built bolting kits for so many weird air-cooled models. So we've done Fridolins, Type 34s, Volkswagen-based kit cars we've had to make parts for because the bodies aren't the right shape.
Right. It's an air-cooled rear-engined car that people forget about or don't even know about. So to me, it's really cool that one's here. Max has finally had the opportunity to own one, but also make a professional level bolt-in air suspension setup for this car.
Yeah, map reading light, how cool's that?
Oh, very cool. Wow.
That's as far as we go for like interior gadgets.
Yeah, no back seat, like literally a coupe.
Some speakers.
I like how the gauges are facing towards you. This is all stock, right?
Yeah, it's all stock. Wow. This kind of looks like a bit, you know, like a Lamborghini Miura. I mentioned Miura loads for some reason.
Yeah.
It has that sort of wraparound dashboard. It's obviously much more elaborate than this.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like they drew inspiration from like Italian cars for the dash.
Yep. Yeah, very small, like little shift slot.
Everything's wooden coated as well. Like, all of that's factory.
Wow.
Yeah, you're clear now, mate.
Left side of the road.
Yeah.
It does sound pretty good. I don't know, I think this exhaust is pretty good. I know you don't like
It's
the
that
look of it,
Monza
but-
4-tip, yeah. 4 tips, 4 times a shame.
Yeah. I know you don't like the look of it, but it
I
does
don't.
have a good sound to it.
You know, I feel exactly the same. I wish I could have it look different but still sound like this, because it's nice. But it's weird because you're driving on the left side like normal,
It's very
but on the
weird.
wrong side of the road.
Pulling out into traffic is what's weird. Once I'm in traffic, I feel like I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Navigating roundabouts in England is like a whole different ballgame.
Well, because you don't give way in America, you do the opposite, don't you?
No, it's right.
Go left here, by the way.
You give way to the people already in it,
Yeah.
but it's like we're going the wrong way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, right, of course, yeah.
It's like it's all wrong.
Anti-clockwise in America.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
It feels way quicker to me. Like, now I'm a passenger, it feels fast.
Yeah, it's not slow.
It pulls me back in the seat a bit.
Yeah.
I feel like a Honda kid with VTEC, like.
Yeah. Well, in second, I didn't even have it floored in second.
Yeah.
I pinned it in third. It's a really cool feeling car.
It's really special feeling, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like nothing like I've ever driven before.
The first time I ever took it on like a long drive, I just instantly fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And this is why I wanted to have it as a standard car for a bit. I wanted that moment of just sort of like proper falling for it.
Yeah, pretty crazy that someone bought this brand new in Brazil. You know?
Yeah. In Brazil, of all places. Yeah, it's crunchy.
Yeah.
I like the rev match downshift, by the way.
Pulled it too early.
So.
All right, guys. Well, you see why we've come out to England early before our pop-up meet. I'm super excited to be working on this car with Max. I'm super excited to just be working on a project with Max. We're two like-minded dudes who like the similar style of cars. We both like going low with stuff. And we like weird, oddball air-cooled cars, since clearly that's what I'm into as well. I've always wanted to see one of these cars slammed, especially in person. And I think doing it with Max and just the capabilities him and Jesse have here in the shop is pretty incredible. We're gonna start tearing the suspension out of this car and start fitting up all of the stuff that he's built for this car. As I'm recording this, it's Wednesday and the meet is on Sunday. So tomorrow's Thursday, we're gonna tear everything apart, start putting parts in, get stuff powder coated. And then we have Friday and Saturday to literally finish this project. And then a week from that, he's driving this all the way to Bicester Heritage for Roll Hard while we drive one of his cars. Kayla and I are going to take one of his other cars, and we'll talk about that too. We got a lot of content coming up while we're here in England. I'm super excited. A lot of work to do, a lot of sleep to catch up on. Lord knows I'm so tired. Stay tuned for the next episode where Max and I dive into this Volkswagen SP2. We're going to be bagging one right here on the channel. I'm super stoked.
As am I.
Yes.
I can't wait. I've been looking forward to this moment for months.
Love it. So until then, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys are excited about this project, as excited as I am. We'll see you guys in the next episode.